Hey guys, Justin Carroll here. I hope everyone survived the hurricane and is in pretty good shape. I live about an hour and 20 minutes west of Wilmington, so my place got hit pretty hard. I apologize for the late post, but like I said, I hope everyone's doing well and ready to get back on track with the semester and everything. First things first, I'm not a full-time teacher. I'm still a full-time student. So I'm just gonna kind of use the high school that I did my student teaching at as the example and the basis that I'm going off of in terms of their use of technology and everything like that. The school was Southern Wayne High School in Dudley, North Carolina, and they did uh, from what I thought, a pretty solid job at using technology. They take their attendance on tablets, and every teacher's provided a tablet. They take their attendance, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, but it also gives a little background information on the student, whether they're an at-risk student or have any sorts of medical information that the teachers really need to know about. Uh, it was super simple, easy to take attendance, and you didn't have to deal with paperwork. It was easy to take attendance, and if a student's late, excused or unexcused, you can change it really quick, and really helped out a lot. That was the first time I had been exposed to any sort of software like that. So as a student teacher, it was pretty cool to see, all the changes that are being brought up. It was really, obviously my first time in a authoritative role. So being able to use that and help students, understand that that's what we're doing now and kind of shifting in that direction was pretty cool. And I really enjoyed the technology, and I don't at all consider myself a tech savvy person. It's tough for me to even make one of these videos. So getting introduced to that was very helpful, and I did enjoy it, even though I was a bit uncomfortable with it. Hitting a little bit on the readings, I think as the first article said, uh, the principal, in my opinion, needs to establish a black and white plan in terms of how you're going to use the technology in your classroom. I know all teachers are kind of up for their individual ideas, and they all have different ideas on how to use technology. But I believe as long as the principal sets a good example and is really solid on we're going to use technology in our classroom, I believe that's the most important step in creating a more tech savvy school and using the technology to be advantageous for the students' learning. Uh, Principals using technology to track the success and the student attendance uh, is of the utmost importance, in my opinion. I think the use of technology just creates a better way to track the information, and everything is there for the teachers and the administration and the students. And hopefully, the teachers will be able to find a way to convey the information through technology with the parents and families of the students, so they can see in front of their face how the student is performing and making sure they're going to class and everything like that. Supporting the teachers with their use of technology. I'm sure there are many teachers like me that aren't exactly sure how to use the technology, but I believe having professional, development courses and workshops on how to use, smart boards or tablets and stuff like that is very important, because some teachers just simply aren't familiar with how to use this stuff, especially a teacher that may be a bit older and, didn't have any sort of technology when they were coming through school. Uh, I know just a few years back when I was coming through school around the early 2010s and teens, I graduated in 2013. So it was kind of that new wave and rush of technology with smartboards and tablets, and teachers beginning to let students use their phones, and it was kind of uh, not really tough to do, but it was tough to manage the students' progress and making sure they were on task with everything with they were able to use their cell phones and stuff in class. But I think it's sort of a fine line between letting the students use their technology in terms of cell phones and making sure they're on task and using them for the right reasons, which is learning about their topics. Another thing that makes me a bit uneasy about using technology is I hope to be a health and physical education teacher, and I'm just not sure of a ton of ways to incorporate the technology into it. One thing we did at the Southern Wayne High School was we had in the weight room a bigger, faster, stronger software. So it printed out, you printed out sheets on the computer, and it had percentages and exercises and everything the student really needed all laid right out in front of them. So that was really awesome. It was paid for by the students, or by the school, obviously, and the principal was very involved with it, and checked in on the weight room every day, really. So he was all about the bigger, faster, stronger software, and it was nice to have the support of an administrator. I feel like sometimes the health and PE departments kind of get shunned upon, or kind of the bottom of the barrel, but he was really into it, and really made frequent visits to make sure the technology was being used, and that the students were on task and really working hard, and not just sitting around in there, which unfortunately sometimes happens in a lot of physical education and weight room classes. Uh, the dangerously irrelevant article by McLeod, the poor leadership is often the number one thing wrong with technology. Not the technology itself or the use of technology, but the leaders not really enforcing the use of technology, and making sure that the faculty and staff is using it. Last quote I got here is, trying to keep up can become overwhelming, in the Edweek article by Harold, and that quote is by Daniel Kelly. And I couldn't agree more with this quote, and I don't think it's directly at students, but I think it can be at teachers and administrators as well. As like I said earlier, some of us just aren't comfortable using the technology, and as a teacher, you can kind of get stuck in your ways so easy. And I think that through the use of professional development and classes, learning how to use the technology is extremely beneficial and crucial to the success of using technology with the students and with the teachers. Uh, just simply because technology can be tough to learn. Some people just aren't very good at it. Unfortunately, I'm not. I hope to get better at it. But anyway, that's really all I got. Thank you guys, and good luck the rest of the semester.